Ionic equilibrium. The solution which allow the passage of current through them are known as electrolytic solution. Such a solution consists of ions, and due to the presence of ions they are able to conduct the electric current. The properties of an electrolytic solution are decided by the nature of the ions present in it. In an electrolytic solution, there exists an equilibrium between the ions and the undissociated molecules of the substance forming the solution. This equilibrium is termed as ionic equilibrium. That means the equilibrium between the ions and the undissociated molecules. Electrolytes and non-electrolytes. Water-soluble substances can broadly be classified into following two categories. 1. Electrolytes. 2. Non-electrolytes. Now, let us see what is meant by electrolytes. The substance which dissociate into ions in an aqueous solution are called electrolytes. Define what is meant by electrolytes. They are mostly ionic compounds and possess oppositively charged ions held together by electrostatic force of attraction. When dissolved in water, the electrostatic force responsible for holding the ions together get weakened under the influence of high dielectric constant of water. Fill in the blank question. And the ions get separated due to the high dielectric constant of water. This process is called dissociation or ionization. Define what is meant by dissociation or ionization. For example, sodium chloride is an electrolyte and dissociate into ions as shown below. That is, sodium chloride is held by, that means a positive ion of sodium and negative ion, that is chloride, held together by the electrostatic force of attraction. But when it is dissolved in water, due to the high dielectric constant of water, the positive and negative ions are separated. Polar covalent compounds may also dissociate into ions in the same way and act as electrolytes. But there are certain exceptions. Not all polar covalent compounds are capable of forming positive and negative ions. Due to the presence of oppositively charged ion, the solution of an electrolyte conduct electric current. Give reason why the oppositively charged ions or why a solution is capable to conduct electric current. Give reason. Electrolytes can further be classified into following two categories: strong electrolytes and weak electrolyte. Let us see what is strong electrolytes. Strong electrolytes means they completely ionizes. That is the meaning. Let us see. The electrolytes which are completely or almost completely ionized in solution are called strong electrolytes. These are true ionic compounds. That means all 100% they are ionic compounds and ionized to the extent of almost 100%. That means they completely ionize. There is no undissociated molecules in the case of strong electrolytes. For example, sodium chloride, potassium chloride, potassium bromide, ammonium chloride, hydrogen chloride, nitric acid, sulfuric acid, all are capable of undergoing 100% ionization. This can be verified by means of a simple example. When 1 mole of 1.0, that is 1 mole of potassium chloride is dissolved in 1 liter of water, the resulting solution contains 1 mole of K plus ion and 1 mole of Cl minus ion. That is the difference. And practically no unionized molecules of KCl. For example, what happens when 1 mole of potassium chloride ionizes in water? It forms two different categories. That means 1 mole of K plus ion and 1 mole of Cl minus ion and no undissociated molecule. Therefore, that chemical equation can be represented by a single-headed arrow. The equation for ionization reactions of strong electrolytes can be written with a single-headed arrow directed to the right as shown below. That means completely ionized. This is the undissociated molecule that we are having as a reactant. This completely ionizes and form K plus and Cl minus. Now, next point, weak electrolyte. The electrolytes which do not dissociate or ionize much in solution are called weak electrolyte. They are mostly polar covalent compounds. We know that covalent compounds are insoluble in water. There are few exceptions. There are certain polar covalent compounds weakly ionize in solution. For example, acetic acid, ammonium hydroxide, hydrogen cyanide, etc. The solution of a weak electrolyte contain both the ions as well as the undissociated molecule. That is the difference between strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. Distinguish between the strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. In strong electrolyte, 100% ionization, whereas in weak electrolyte there are ions are present and undissociated molecules are present, and they keep an equilibrium there. An equilibrium exists between them. That is, for example, acetic acid, when dissolved in water, it forms hydronium ion and acetate ion. Since ions as well as undissociated molecule is present, this is represented by a double-headed arrow or a reversible arrow. Due to the presence of an equilibrium between the undissociated molecule and ions, the equation for dissociation of weak electrolyte are written with a double-headed arrow, or that is a reversible arrow like this. Therefore, or it can, and this shows that there is an equilibrium is existing between them. Next point, that is non-electrolytes. There are several substances which dissolve in water but do not ionize in solution. Such substances are called non-electrolyte. Due to the absence of ions, the solutions of non-electrolytes do not conduct electric current. Sugar, urea, glucose, glycerin are some examples of non-electrolyte. Question can be asked, why sugar is soluble in water? Why? But it is not capable of conducting electric current. Why? Sugar is soluble, but it cannot form any positive and negative ions. Therefore, it cannot conduct electric current.